previous video, I have discussed KTO May 2019 Artificial Intelligence question paper. Now, in this video, we can discuss about the problem solving part of October 2019 question paper. For getting a better understanding of the concepts, better you watch the concept related videos that I have added before. In this video, I have included only how to solve this particular problem that is asked in the examination.
Design a semantic network for the following predicate statements. Semantic network is a way to represent knowledge in computer. In semantic network, we are representing knowledge as nodes and edges. Objects or concepts are represented as nodes and relationship is represented as edges. Here, pitcher is a baseball player. Pitcher Here another node is baseball player and the relation is A. Fielder is a baseball player. Fielder is a baseball player. Three finger brown is a pitcher. So, three finger brown is a pitcher. PV race is a fielder. It's an instance of fielder. PV race is an instance of fielder. PV race is a member of team Brooklyn Dodgers.
This is the water jet problem. We are given a 4-liter jet and a 3-liter jet. No measurements on these two jets. What we have to do is we have to pour exactly 2 liters of water in 4-liter jet. For this particular problem, we have to define the production rules. Here the state space means the state description about the problem. State space can be represented as x comma y. X represents the water in 4-liter jet and y represents the water in 3-liter jet. The initial state is we are assuming both jets are empty. That means the initial state is 0, 0. The goal state is exactly 2 liter in 4-liter jet and we are not worrying about the amount of water in 3-liter jet. We have to define a set of operators to make state changes from one state to another. Some set of operations are fill 4-liter jet. X comma y the state representation, x represent the first can and y represent the second can. In order to fill the 4-liter jet, the water in the first can should be less than 4. After filling this first can, the water is 4, y. Fill 3-liter jet. We are filling the second jet with 3 liters of water. Empty 4-gallon jet on ground. After this operation, 0 amount of water in X. Empty 3-gallon water on ground. That means after this operation, the amount of water in the second can is 0. Pour water from 3-gallon jet to fill 4-liter jet. We are pouring water from 3-liter jet to 4-liter jet. That means after this operation, the first can contains 4-liter water and the second can contains y minus 4 minus x. Pour water from the 4-liter jet to fill 3-liter jet. After this operation, the second can contains 3-liter water and the first can contains x minus 3 minus y liters of water. Pour all of the water from 3-gallon jet into 4-gallon jet. We are pouring all the water from 3-liter jet into 4-liter jet. That means x amount in the first can and y amount in the second can. After filling the y amount water into x can, we get x plus y in the first can and 0 in the second can. Pour all water from 4-liter jet to 3-liter jet. That means the first can contains 0 and the second can contains x plus y. We have to select appropriate rules from this in order to make exactly 2 liters of water in the first can. Initially, both can contain 0 amount of water. We are applying the rule 1, that means fill 4-liter jet. So we got, after this operation, we got state as 4, 0. Now we are applying rule 6, that means we are pouring water from first can into second can. That means second can contains only maximum of 3 liters and remaining 1 liter in first can. Now we are emptying this second can. After this operation, we get 0 amount of water in the second can and 1 in the first can. Now again we are pouring all the water from 4 into 3. After this operation, the water in the first can is 0 and second can is 1. Now we are again filling the first can. 4, 1. Now we are pouring water from first can into second can. So now the second can contains 1 liter of water, maximum it can hold 3 liters, and after this operation the second can becomes 3 and remaining water in the first can is 2. So we got the final state as 2, y. That means we are not bothering about the amount of water in the second can. We got 2 in the first can. In constraint satisfaction problem, we have to find a solution satisfying the constraints. Fifth arithmetic problem is an example of constraint satisfaction problem. In fifth arithmetic problems, what we have to do is we have to encode each character with a digit. The domain of digits varies from 0 to 9. Here the constraint is no two characters have the same digit. That means we have to assign unique digits to each character. Here the initial representation is like this. Here we can represent 10 plus 4 like this, and we can find some equations like this. D plus E equal to Y, and it's generating a carry C1. Like that, N plus R plus C1 is equal to E plus C2. Like that we can write. Here by adding two 4-digit numbers, we are getting a 5-digit number. That means after addition, we get a carry here. That means M is equal to 1. It is clear that the last character addition is giving a carry. So M is equal to 1, and of course C4 is equal to 1. Now we can find S plus M plus C3 is equal to O, and it should generate C4. Since C4 is equal to 1, S plus M plus C3 should be greater than 9. S plus, substituting the value of M here, S plus 1 plus C3 should be greater than 9. That is, S plus C3 should be greater than 8. Here there is two possibilities for C3. C3 can be 0 and C3 can be 1. That we have to find. If C3 is equal to 0, S equal to 9. Why? S should be greater than 8. From this number 0 to 9, the only number satisfying greater than 8 is 9. Else, if C3 is equal to 1, then S plus 1 should be greater than 8. So this condition satisfies 8 as well as 9. So if C3 is equal to 1, S can take values 8 or 9. Now we can take any value for C3. Here we are assuming S equal to 9 and C3 can be 0 or 1. Now we have to finalize whether it is 0 or 1. Now we can see that O equal to S plus M plus C3 if C3 is equal to 1. But we get value here, S is 9, M is 1 and C3 is 1. That means we get 11. 11 means this O is equal to 1. But we couldn't able to assign 1 with O since M is already assigned with the 1. So C3 is equal to 1 is not possible. Therefore, the only choice for C3 is C3 equal to 0. So, assuming, so in adding, giving this value in this equation, what we get is 9 plus m plus 0, that is 10. 10 and carry C4 is 1. So, till now we got two encodings. M is equal to 1, O is equal to 0, and we have taken S equal to 9. That means that we have left with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 is already assigned. Since C3 is equal to 0, C3 is 0. That means there is no carry from this addition. There is no carry from this addition. That is N is equal to E plus O plus C2. As O equal to 0, N is equal to E plus C2. Now this C2 has two choices. One is 0, another one is 1. Can C2 0? If C2 equal to 0, what happens? N becomes E. Is it possible? You couldn't able to assign a single digit with two characters. So obviously this condition is wrong and C2 should be 1. That means N equal to E plus 1. Now we have to find the possibilities of N and E. So E can take values 2 to 8. 0, 1, 9 are already assigned with these numbers. We have to assume E equal to 2, then we have to try. Then if we find any contradiction means we have to try with E equal to 3, then E equal to 4, until we get a valid assignment. Consider this. If E equal to 2, then N should be equal to 3. Since C2 is equal to 1, E is equal to N plus R plus C1. Okay, here E we have taken as 2. That means 12 equal to N plus R plus C1. C1 can be 0 or 1. If C1 equal to 0, but what is the value of R here? We already know 12 is equal to 3 plus R. That means R should be 9. Is it possible? No, because already S is assigned with the 9. So C1 should be 1. Then what happens? 12 equal to 3 plus C1 plus, okay, that means 12 is equal to 4 plus R, and R is equal to 8. We can assign R with 8. Now we are again trying y equal to D plus E. Y equal to D plus E. That means already we are getting, we have understood that C1 is 1. So 10 plus y is equal to D plus 2. There is no such value of D giving such y. So E equal to 2, that N equal to 3 is not possible. Then we have to try with E equal to 3, E equal to 4. These two conditions fail. So now we are trying with E equal to 5, then N equal to 6, because N is equal to E plus 1. Now we have checked till here. We know that C2 is equal to 1. That means we are getting a carry from this addition, that is equal to E is equal to, or N plus R plus C1 is equal to E plus C2. Since C2 is 1, this answer should be greater than 9. We can substitute values here. N is 6. We don't know the value of R. We don't know value of C1. We know the value of E, that is 5, and we know the value of C2, that is 1. That means here carry means it should be more than 10. That means we have to add 10 here. That's equal to 15. This C1 can have two possibilities. One is 0, another one is 1. If we have to try with C1 equal to 0 and C1 equal to 1. We can try with C1 equal to 0. Then what is the value of R? R is equal to 9. R is equal to 9 is not possible because already S equal to 9. Then we can try with C1 equal to 1. But we get R is equal to 8. That is possible because we have not assigned 8 with any characters till now. So we got one more value, R equal to 8. Now we can proceed further. D plus E. We can write here D plus E is equal to Y plus C1. Already we know C1 is 1. Now we can write D plus E. E is 5 is equal to Y plus 10. Y 10. This should be greater than 9. We already got a carry C1 equal to 1. So we got Y is equal to D plus 10 plus Y is equal to D plus 5. That is Y plus 5 is equal to D. Y plus 5 is equal to D. We have to find suitable values for Y and D satisfying this condition. We are assuming Y equal to 2, then D is equal to 7. Can we assign Y equal to 3? It's not possible because if we assign Y equal to 3, we get D equal to 8. That is already assigned with R. So here is a solution we got. If we assign Y equal to 2, we get D equal to 7. Now we got the final solution as S equal to 9, E is equal to 5, N equal to 6, D equal to 7, M equal to 1, O equal to 0, R equal to 8 and Y equal to 2. We got unique number assignment for each character.
Draw the semantic network for the scenario. Semantic network is a knowledge representation method which represents knowledge as nodes and arcs. Nodes represent the objects or concepts and arc represent the relationships. Tom is a cat. Tom and cat are the concepts here. So we can represent Tom, cat. The relationship is A. Tom caught a bird. Here the relation is caught and the concepts are Tom and bird. Tom caught bird. Tom is owned by John. Tom is owned by John. Tom is colored in ginger. Cat like ice cream. Cat sat on mat. Cat is a mammal. Mammals have fur. Mammal is a animal. Bird is a animal. Like this way we can represent this set of sentences in semantic network. Draw the past tree for the input he brought the book using the given grammar. In this sentence he brought the book, we can find a noun here and here it's a verb phrase. Verb phrase means a word followed by a set of modifiers. Now the sentence is NP and here this one is VP. So sentence can be replaced by NP VP. Now we have to find suitable substitutes for these words. So NB can be replaced with pronoun that can be taken the value he. Verb contains brought the book. So we can replace VP with verb noun phrase. Verb is brought. NP here the book. The is a determiner and book is again a noun. So NP can be DET nominal. This determiner DET can be the. Nominal can be noun. Thus noun can be book. So this kind of parsing we are performing in syntactic analysis phase of natural language processing to check the validity of the sentence.